Hello guys, Josh here from the Hampshire Business Show, which is taking place on the 10th of October at the Ageas Bowl in Southampton. I'm here with Dan Heelan, who's a director of Heelan Associates, an accountancy firm based in Waterloo. We've come to see him, and Dan, thank you for having us, appreciate it.
That's all right, just come on.
Love the office, by the way, great, love it. And obviously Dan also holds the Heelan Hub, which is it a monthly network?
Yeah, monthly networking, last Wednesday every month, just if you want to check it out.
So Heelan Hub's here as well, so if you're in the Waterlooville area, make sure you get here. But the reason why we're here today is because Dan and his team are going to be at the Hampshire Business Show in the Business Services Quarter. And what we want to do is learn a bit more about Heelan Associates, the kind of services they offer, what makes them different, and then what you can expect from him and the team at the Hampshire Business Show. So once again, Dan, thank you, I appreciate it.
That's all right, thanks for popping
So Heelan Associates, obviously you're an accountancy firm, but talk to me about your journey into becoming an accountant.
So this is always an interesting one because the first story I tell everybody is that firstly the industry's changed massively.
Yeah.
So when I was younger, my mum was an accountant, and I thought, this was the most boring thing ever known to man. I'd sit there on the holidays. You had these big analysis pads back then, giant calculators, which I've still got now. I love a good calculator. And you'd be sitting there filling all these columns in of fuel receipts, £10 here, £20 there, Xing out your mistakes because computers are expensive and that kind of stuff. And I thought, why would anyone want to do this? Like, you're just telling people what's already happened.
Yeah.
Fast forward, the industry's massively changed now. I always tell everyone it's super exciting, awesome job to be in. But disclaimer. But yeah, so I didn't want to. So I went off and did retail management, ended up in sales for a few years and that kind of stuff. But I'd always had some other business on the side. So, and two of which I've still got today. Now much more established ventures than they were back then. And I was always looking for different ways. I was door knocking for Clean Easy, doing all these kind of side projects. Even did a stint as a driving instructor, funny enough. And I thought I was trying to change career. Fast forward about 13 years ago, my mum was operating a small, a few clients out of a spare bedroom. We used to use the bath, oddly enough, as well. We could store people's paperwork. It was like that kind of operation. People never knew, but it was it worked. The kind of things you do when you're in startup mode, really. So I come with her and said my daughter was being born, and I said, look, I got obsessed when I had these ventures about what was the best, most tax efficient way legally to keep the income. Because when you've got second jobs and things, it can be really bad for the taxman taking your money. And I got really personal interest in it. I'd always been interested in business and that kind of stuff, and as a result I said, look, I think I can come do this. I'm going to retrain to be an accountant and I'll come work with you and we'll do that. Fast forward, obviously we're just we're actually hiring 3 more people this week, so we should be up to sort of 16, 17. And we've been very fortunate. Clients have liked what we've done with our business approach, so it's been good. And it was purely because of that interest really in both the business and the tax and how the two marry together. So
what a story, eh?
Well, yeah.
And and what kind of clients are you guys working with here at Heelan Associates?
So primarily businesses is our main deal. That's what we like to deal with best. But we do have landlords, because property, whilst from a tax perspective can be seen slightly differently, it's still a business as far as I'm concerned, so we're quite passionate about. So we deal with quite a lot of landlords and personal tax clients as well, but mainly businesses, limited companies. And that deals from anybody from startup. Having been a startup many times, it's something I'm and some of my team are super passionate about. And we do, I think, some great support of that early on, right up to sort of about 10 million quid really. We've got a few property developments in excess of that, but that kind of bracket anywhere on that kind of line really.
That's amazing, yeah. And do you know we touched on it briefly before the interview, about sort of demystifying what accountancy is about. Because we said before, when we look at accountants, we think not stereotyping, sorry, but bloke in office, but massive boxes everywhere, but when you talk about your fresh approach to sort of helping startups, helping sort of medium-sized businesses, and how often would you because some people have a perspective where you see your client maybe once a year when it comes to the account return, but at Heelan Associates, let's say I became a client of yours. How often do you see your clients? How often do you speak to them? Are you on the phone whenever they need you? Yeah.
So, and I think a lot of accountants take this approach nowadays. It's not so much. It used to be when I came back in the industry years ago. It's very much timesheets, and I know some of the local practices still do time-based billing. It's not something we do. We literally agree a price up front and say that's the price of the year, unless anything major changes. And as a result, we're available on phones, WhatsApp, social media. If you have followed me on social media, we're all over those. So, and try and contact people there. And funny enough, we've just invested in more mobile phones because clients that prefer, and especially a lot of our trade, we do a lot of trade like at a contractor level. They're on building sites that don't really have a conversation with an accountant. It's just like texting in the break, and sometimes you get funny pictures as well. But it's one of them. So that's really good in using those, and so we'll be in contact quite often with those. And we do a lot of bookkeeping, so we've got different accountants do different things. Some people are very much interested in that year end. We're interested in the entire journey with them. So we've got a team of bookkeepers in house, so we don't send it out to anywhere else to be done. It's all in-house. And with that can be weekly, monthly, keeping in contact. But one of the main services people buy from us a lot with limited companies is our quarterly updates. Yeah. So somewhat monthly, we can do that. We've actually got a few clients who want weekly. Technically a couple where we manage almost the finance of their business and it's almost daily. But most of our clients buy the services that mean we can contact them and spend more time with them on a quarterly basis. Because for me as a business owner, going back to the reason I began in it, all I want to know is how much money can I take at the end of the month? How do I achieve my personal financial goals? And you can't do that without looking through to the person and the company and looking at the two together. So we do a lot of that basically. So I would say more than most, but it just depends on the setup. We do have clients that we do see once a year, if they're small. Not saying it's the stereotypical thing, but I say taxi drivers, some of our earliest clients, they don't want to see me every call. They pay for me every call, if we're being completely honest. So, so that's there. But we are on the end of the phone, and we do. We send out newsletters, we're on the socials and everything else. We do try and get across to people, even if they don't want to hear from us. Try and make sure at least they know about the important stuff that's going on. That's brilliant. Yeah.
Guys, you can catch Dan and his team at the Hampshire Business Show. Do you know what? Dan's actually on the Hampshire Business Show app. So if you've not got it yet, download it, check out the attendees. Dan's on there. If you want to have a chat with Dan, we're going to meet him at the show, propose a meeting with Dan. He can talk you through any questions that you've got. I'm sure he'll be happy to answer, right?
I'd love to.
That's it. So guys, look, 10th of October, Hampshire Business Show. As I said, hampshirebusinessshow.com, free ticket, not a penny to attend. As I said, Dan's going to be in the business services course, so if you want to see him, have a chat. We look forward to seeing him on the day. Take care.
See you then.